Hi, this is Susan from Susan B. Cards. I started working on the dies and I'm using Christmas Bird Poinsettia. And this is a set. I cut these pieces from distressed watercolor paper and I just added a little bit of color using these distress oxide colors. The bird is tumbled glass and peacock feathers. The leaves are cracked pistachio. The poinsettia is dried marigold, and these little buds are in spun sugar. So I thought that looked pretty because I just wanted a real soft look. But then I started thinking about how I wouldn't mind adding something a little bit more to it. I'm never happy with something that's very soft in color. So I'm going to try this. I'm not even sure how this is going to come out, but I was looking at my swatch card of the Solar Paste, and I wrote down how each color looked on white paper. I was happy with the way the poinsettias and the other dies came out. So I inked them, and then I put a little bit of Solar Paste on them. And I decided that I'd do a few more and show you how that was done. So I die cut a few more of these pieces. This one is some kind of little evergreen maybe. So I just want a little bit of color on it. I don't want to fully color it. So just adding a little bit here and there. Just don't want to rip these pieces because they're pretty thin. So something like that. And then I went in with this Solar Paste, and this one is called Crocodile Tears. So I'm just taking a little bit of that and just lightly putting some of it here and there. Nothing major, just so that you could see a little bit of glimmer. It's really pretty. I don't know if you can see that. I might have to do it up against something white. So, and then I took my the background panel, and with my finger I also went in and just touched a few of the areas, just lightly. And this is pretty because you only see the glimmer, that shine when it hits the light. The color is so subtle against the white, but as you can see on some of the other pieces, like this, it's darkened because of the ink behind it. So this was my plan, just to have a little bit of color and shine on the background and then place all the die cuts on top. So these two just need to dry a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to put some ink just a bit of color on both these pieces. That one got a little bit more color than I intended, but that's okay. Both of these look pretty good. And then I went in with Overheated, which is a little bit of an orange tint to it. And again, with the Solar Paste against the white, you don't really see the color. You see a bit of the iridescent color. But when it dries over this ink, you'll be able to see it. And this doesn't take long because it doesn't have to be precise. Just getting a little bit of shine on some of the edges. I think that's pretty good. I'll let that dry for a second. Usually when I'm inking and dipping my work, I do it on a craft mat. But since I'm just doing small pieces, I'm going to just put a little bit of ink on a piece of acetate. Just a piece of scrap. Just missed it. And then I'm going to just let some of that color hit. Just a few dots here and there. Do it again. This is Saltwater Taffy. Just spray it a little bit. And then there's water droplets on the acetate. And then just kind of hit them. And then just let that dry. So that is pretty much it. I've made a bunch of the pieces. I've done the same thing on all of them. And I will think about how I want to put this on a card, and I will be back. So everything has dried, and I'm just ready to assemble everything. I used 2 layers of the poinsettias, and I cut the center from a scrap of iridescent cardstock, and this is what the die looks like. Just shape the petals a little bit with your fingers. There's already some marks in the petals, and I just kind of go along with that and shape them. I think it just gives some extra dimension. You don't have to layer anything or put any more layers of paper or whatever. I mean, you could. I mean, that would also look good if you popped it up just a little bit, but I don't think that's necessary because I think this card has plenty of interest and dimension already. And then this is easy. Just offset it and attach it and just let that dry. It's easier to attach the panel to the note card before you put all the pieces on. So this way I could glue it on and then put something heavy over it and let it sit for a while so it doesn't fall off. So I glued all my pieces and they're dry now, and I'm just going to go ahead and arrange them. I know a bit of how I want it because I like how it is on the package. So it's going to be pretty similar to that. I don't have as many die cut pieces as the package shows, but I think mine is plenty because I have 2 flowers and they only show 1. I didn't cut out the legs or the eye for the bird. I just took a piece of brown paper and used a hole punch, and then that way I could just cover that see-through piece. I put the little hat on the bird though. I thought it was kind of cute. So I just need to get a general idea of where the flowers are going to be because it's going to end up covering quite a bit of the background. think that's pretty much how I want it. I attached a piece of fun foam that I just cut. I buy sheets of this and they're about $1, and then I just cut some shapes just because I know only half of this would, because of this flower, lay unevenly, so I just need something to prop it up just a little bit when I glue it down. Everything else will just be flat. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and use my glue, my tweezers, and attach everything, and I'll show you what it looks like in the end. Here's my completed card. I think it looks pretty good. I like non-traditional colors for the flowers. Just add something a little bit different. And I was trying to decide if I should add a sentiment or not. I could add something small like this, or, you know, maybe something a little bit bigger in the corner, or maybe nothing at all. Sometimes it's nice to have a card with no sentiment, and then later on you can decide if you want to add one, or you can add something on the inside. You could stamp something or add one of these. I tried to foil a bunch of sentiments at one time and then just keep them on hand because that's not as much fun to do. So I just like to have these ready. But that's my card. I ended up not using this little leaf. There wasn't really a space for it, and I thought it looked pretty good the way it was. So thanks for watching today. I hope you like my card, and if you did, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe as always. I have all my affiliate links in the description. I really appreciate those people who have been using those links. It really helps me out a lot and lets companies know that you find my content useful. So thank you again, and I will talk to you next time.